We need to get genuinely honest with ourselves here for a second. And if you're not ready for it, scroll away. That's cool. But if you are, you're ready for peace and you're ready to truly make some change here. You need to accept a truth that you're not going to want to accept. All humans, all, okay, every one of them are good people at their core. We are all the same at our core. We all have experienced shitty things differently, all taken them differently. If you think somebody is a bad person, they have been hurt by something. We need to have open, honest discord with people. We need to sit down and talk with each other because we're not bad people. But all humans do bad things when they're acting from hurt, anger, or misinformation, misthinking, misalignment with what's actually happening in reality. You both know, if you're on either side of the polarized thing that's happening in America, you are getting a extremely filtered view of everything that's going on if your algorithms or you watch certain things that align you wholeheartedly in one programming or the other. And if you have any people that you care about and respect that have that more what are we called? Not individual. Independent parties. If you care about people that have independent alignment, please go sit down and talk with them about what they see with their friends on the one side and the other side. They will agree with you on a whole bunch of stuff, and they will help you see the important sides of the other party, because both parties have important sides. They need to sit down and talk with each other. This battle against each other is fucking retarded. Stop it. We're all humans. Stop doing the same circle. We are chasing our fucking tail. It's stupid. We have to get slapped on the face and turn the other cheek, like that biblical shit says, because when you take that hit, when you let that animal bite on you for a second when it's wounded and scared, and you still help it, what happens, right? Humans are the same way. I have gotten to so many people with a willingness to just endure bullshit, and now I hit my own things where I'm like, yeah, I'm not built for that bullshit, so we're not trying me with that one, because I snap. And people still try me with them, and I snap. But there's a lot of things that just roll off my shoulders, and I'm able to sit down with people and be like, oh, hell yeah. And when I am able to do that and connect with people and let them bite me or drive them a ridiculous distance to go, hey, look, it wasn't that I wasn't willing, but here's the logics of the situation. The people are receptive. People are not receptive of things because they have been pre-programmed through hurt experiences. And now we all look at the world through a hurt filter. I personally do it with rejection sensitivity. I highly, 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 highly have rejection sensitivity problems. If you make a statement that I could possibly perceive as against me, I'm like, oh, yeah, you're against me. And you're like, no, no, ma'am. This was actually what, and then I'm like, oh shit, yeah, that makes sense. And as long as it makes sense, I'm smart enough to not believe my feelings over people's logic. However, I'm not stupid enough to just accept bullshit excuses that don't fit and make any fucking sense, because when people are making excuses, they really don't tend to see if they fit. They are really just trying to relieve their self of a discomfort. So, hurt people act cold to the world. And the colder that we treat them, and the meaner and badder that we call them and all of that, the more they're going to align with that thinking. You are programming them to be exactly that. So we should probably knock that off. It's really stupid. Have you ever seen a human that you've sat there and spent their entire life going, you're bad, you evil, bad, bad, evil? And at some point they're not like, fuck, I'm a bad, evil person. Why not just fucking accept it, right? So maybe we should stop doing it that way, because that way it doesn't work. All human beings are good human beings. You've experienced shit in the world. If you have anxiety, human beings don't actually judge you as much as you think. And the ones that are judging you are the ones that have that same type of anxiety that you do, and they're only judging you because their judgment of you helps them stop thinking about you possibly judging them. And if we just stopped it all together, we would all realize that we're not judging each other, and most of the time we're actually inspired by each other. Most of the time we have admiration for people and things that other people have no fucking comprehension that that's what's going on. Me personally, get in debates with humans all the time. Intense debates. We will be calling each other names, type of debating. And at the end of the debate, like, me and them will be cool and stuff like that. And I'll have other people be like, oh my God, you hate them, right? Or they hate you. And I'm like, no, like, we're cool. And I'll have to check with them like 6 and 7 times. Like, hey, well, like, we're good from like the debating stuff. Like, you're cool with that stuff too, right? Like, I like that kind of stuff. It helps me expand my mind. And like, it's good. But I will have so many people be like, oh, you guys hate each other, because they see one of those debates that it like gets into my own head that I like have to check with the same person fucking multiple times. And it's like a weird thing where we get inside each other's heads a whole fucking lot. Like, if you are fresh experiencing something and you choose to go to a person who you know has already experienced it but is taking it negatively, they're not going to feed you positivity. They're going to feed you their same thinking because that's all they have, and you're going to fall in line with exactly that. So having somebody that you know is not always the important, like, the way that we think and value our information from others is very weird. Like, as a human being, you will more than likely take the advice and opinion of your parents or your best friends or like people you care about than people like in the field studying the information, giving you the exact dynamics of it because, well, I like them more. Okay, well, liking somebody doesn't make their information better. Like, that's weird. Maybe an opinion, like, oh, I like food over yours or over a chef or like some kind of thing like that. But even then, the chef has an understanding of how taste buds and stuff like that work. So it's one of those weird things where we don't want to give merit where it's due in most ways because we feel like money is merit, and it doesn't equate to that. Like, I keep saying this over and over again, and like I would love, please, if you know an example of a rich person that is happy and moral and isn't doing stuff for the world, please show them to me. I would love to see an example. I change my thinking by being proved wrong, not by an echo chamber of keep choosing myself right. I've done that for a long time. Would just keep adding facts to my stuff and not hear the people that were making logical sense against me because I didn't want to hear it. And then I would go to try to put my work forward and it would be dismantled by the same stuff that they were trying to tell me. And eventually I did learn that if I take those critiques and understand them and fix what they're trying to talk about, that when I present my ideas at the end, they're more well-rounded and have a better foundation to them than when I wanted to be right, to be something special. Okay? I'm not special. I'm a human being just like everybody else. And once I accepted that my uniqueness of accepting who I am is what's special about me and not having to be special over anybody else. And let's break this stuff down. Why would you need to be the most beautiful person in the world when you know that beauty is a standard that changes by the person that's looking at it? Some people love curly hair more than they love straight hair. That's just the real thing. I personally like curly hair. I do. That's a preference for me, right? So does that mean all people with straight hair are not beautiful? No. I've seen drop dead gorgeous people that have fucking straight hair. It's like just weird thinking the way that we think about a lot of these things, where we're like, I want to be the best at something that we're not even logically thinking of because it's not a fucking pyramid where there is actually a top of something. There's usually 100,000 categories of stuff and there's fucking a top of every one of those categories within inside each of these things. So it actually breaks down a whole lot more logically, mathematically, that it doesn't, being the best or anything isn't really like the best at what, okay? Because you can be able to pick up the most amount of weight,
but the other person can hold more for longer, or not more for longer, but they'll hold it for longer. You know, just not more, just a little bit. Like, I'm rambling on these things because I understand that you can't see inside my head and I don't know how you interpret my words. And that makes communicating with a fucking camera very awkward for me. My self-awareness and my awareness of things going on around me are fairly high, which means anytime I am fucking talking to a camera, my brain is like also thinking about, you're talking to a camera. Why are you talking like you're talking to people? So I'm having to fight internal thoughts that are going like this. I'm trying to keep a whole bunch of things organized. And I also just, I don't know, it's overwhelming because the more, like, I can walk around the block or the woods for hours and not catch myself out of breath. But when I am doing these videos, like, there's something about the anxiety in my body that just makes everything more intense for me. It makes it, it makes it harder for me to breathe. I'm not breathing at pace. That's probably what it is. See, and there's how my brain works right there. I will start to process or go through something, and then I will go, well, no, here's something logical to it. And, oh, okay, well, that makes sense. It's weird. I'm going to end here because this was intentionally supposed to be a 3-minute, as always, but they don't seem to be 3 minutes anymore. I unlocked the live feature supposedly like days ago, and then it just won't keep it doesn't let me on. I don't know. I'm dumb. I don't like technology. That's why everything's like the bare minimum, and I'm working on just my little camera phone, and I don't have a setup, and I will never have a setup. If I ever like did this more than just my rants and everything like that, which I probably would never. This isn't a career or anything for me. This is more of just me sharing my thoughts to the world. There was an ant on me. Sorry, I had to fix that. What was I saying? I'm going to end it there because I just completely off-trailed when there was something touching me.